This do-it-yourself felt shamrock craft will keep you from getting pinched on St. Patrick's Day. The kids can make a bunch of felt shamrocks to put on pins, barrettes, garlands, or in a bouquet. The supply list will be at the end of the post. There's a free template that you can use to make your shamrocks, but you can also just cut them out of felt freehand. I'm going to cut 3 squares that are the same size out of my felt, and these will be the leaves. Then I'm going to cut a heart out of each one of these leaves. So I folded it in half and cut out the heart shape. These do not need to be perfect, and you can make them any size that you would like. So these are going to go together, 1, 2, 3, like this to make the shamrock. I'm going to fold these in half to give them some 3D shape and put a little glue right in the middle here. Now we need these to fit together at the bottom, so we're going to clip off this little piece right here so that they will fit together. Don't cut off all the glue part, of course. So we're going to glue these 3 leaves together with just a spot of glue here on the very bottom. Careful not to burn yourself. So I'm going to use a button on the back of this to hold the stem on. So I'm going to cut a little piece of felt to cover the back of the button. It's about the same size as the button. It doesn't have to be perfect. And I'm going to glue that to the back of the button, trying not to cover the holes. Then I'm going to use my scissors to make holes where those little holes in the buttons are, so that I can push my wire through those 2 holes. And I'm going to come from the front of the button through the hole that I just made. And I can either use this wire or I can use a pipe cleaner. Then I'll twist the wire on this side. Now I'm ready to put this on the back of my 3-leaf clover. Put some hot glue on the back of the 3-leaf clover, and I place that button right in the center. That's going to hold the wire in place for a stem. Twist this wire. There we have our 3-leaf clover, and that can be placed in a vase because it has a stem on it. A shamrock has a sweet little 5-petal flower that we're going to try making. I'm going to freehand it, but you can use the template that is free on the post. So we'll cut this out. Be sure to make this so it has a connected center, that you don't cut the petals so far down in that they will fall off. They need to all be connected. I'm going to turn that over so you don't see the lines on it. Then I'm going to use a small bead, and you can either use the floral wire or a pipe cleaner. But we're going to put the bead on the wire, then we're going to poke those 2 ends of the wire through the center of the flower, just a little ways away from each other. And this wire works pretty well because it goes through the felt so easily. I think you'll get the pipe cleaner to do the same thing, but this works pretty easily. And that's going to be the center of our flower, that little bead. Then we'll twist the wire just like we did before, and that becomes a little white flower for our clover. Now you can add this to a barrette or a latch pin, but before we do, I'm going to make a little stem here. Just by cutting a small rectangle I'm going to just glue that there so it looks like it has a little stem. You know what? I'm going to just add a couple little beads on here just for fun. Just right in the center of each of these little crevices. And then either glue it to that barrette or the pin. I think I'm going to glue mine to a pin. So pin a do-it-yourself Felt Shamrock Craft to your shirt and you won't get pinched on St. Patrick's Day. For more great craft ideas, come on over to welcometananas.com and join the fun. To make our Felt Shamrock Craft, you're going to need felt in shades of green, either pipe cleaners or some floral wire. I'm going to be using probably some buttons or little beads to be the centers of my shamrocks. And these are optional things, but you could attach them to a barrette or a pin if you'd like. I'll be using hot glue to put mine together. So I've got my glue gun ready. If you want to make a garland, we'll be using some ribbon to put these together.